What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trader MMA back at it again with another video. And as you can see in the title below, we're doing a recap of UFC 260. The main event was Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou. This was the second fight. As we all know, Francis Ngannou won by a nasty check left hook. It was nasty. It was timed perfectly. Stipe ran into it and Stipe fell, got knocked out. But it's not over yet. It's 1-1. We still don't know who's the best of both of these guys. We still don't know. It's in the air. It has to be a trilogy to cement who is better between Francis and Stipe. Yeah, we could say Stipe is the greatest heavyweight of all time. Well, he's very well-rounded. Francis, an extreme rare athlete that is like a one in a million. His power and his athleticism is so great. As you can see, what I said, he added a little bit of skill, and look how great he was, man. The key factor in that fight, so they have to do a trilogy, which I'm saying, to find out who's the better of each guy. Yeah, Francis won. Francis has the belt. No knock on Francis. He is the new heavyweight of the world. He won the fight. He's fucking phenomenal, man. Francis, what a fucking story. And I said it, man. I said it. I predicted it. I said Francis is going to be patient. He's going to be very patient. And if his takedown defense is good and he's able to stand up with Stipe, he's winning the fight. And if he's able to be patient and not throw wild punches and get tired, he's going to be able to win the fight. And Francis did exactly what I said. I'll put up the clip of what I said. Miocic in the second round, TKO. Francis is going to stuff all the takedowns, be patient, pick him apart, finish Stipe. That's my prediction. Mark my fucking word. The key factor in that fight was Francis Ngannou's takedown defense. Stipe went for a single leg, not even a low single leg. He went for the single leg. Francis Ngannou sprawled like a fucking all-American gold medalist wrestler, man. I've never seen Francis Ngannou sprawl like that before or defend a takedown like that. He sprawled, transitioned to the side, and he didn't just transition to the side and hold Stipe down. He transitioned to the side and started hammering punches to Stipe. Stipe being a champ that he is and having the freaking chin that he does, Stipe was able to wall walk and get up. He was still fucked up from that, and Francis Ngannou got him, man. Stipe, the finish happened where Francis Ngannou was coming, not charging full pace at Stipe, but he's throwing strikes. Stipe caught him with one, and Stipe caught him, was like, oh yeah, I caught him, let me come in again. And as he's coming in, Francis Ngannou just like a nice little check hook and caught Stipe while he's coming in. Because Stipe caught him with a punch. He was like, oh yeah, I caught him, I'm going to catch him again. And Stipe came in, Francis Ngannou caught him with the check hook, and that was it. That's all Francis Ngannou needs to do, is land one clean punch, and that's the end, you know? He's landed multiple clean punches on Stipe before, and Stipe survived, but you're not going to be able to take many of those, man. Stipe is a one of one. Stipe survived longer than Francis Ngannou's 4 last opponents. That is fucking nuts. So, great job by freaking Francis Ngannou. Kamaru Usman did a great job of teaching Francis Ngannou the simple stuff in wrestling and teaching him the skills and the tools that he's gonna need to defend a takedown against Stipe. Great job by Kamaru and Francis Ngannou. Couldn't be more happier for Francis. His story is nuts, man. If you haven't heard Francis Ngannou's life story and you think Francis Ngannou's in a fight now, Francis Ngannou was in a fight before he even got to the UFC. He's been sent back. I'm gonna just tell you a little piece of the story of Francis Ngannou coming to the US and becoming a UFC fighter. He didn't even want to become a UFC fighter. He didn't even know what UFC was. He wanted to become a boxer. And when he finally got to France, they told him, "Hey, dude, you know, boxing, it's pretty corrupt. You'll make some money right now in UFC and MMA, so do this first." And that's how he started off. How long it took for Francis to actually get to France and the stories, trying to flee Cameroon, got to Morocco, got sent back to the desert in Africa like 7 times on failed attempts trying to go to Spain. And he's trying to go to Spain by like a makeshift boat in the crazy ocean, shark-infested oceans, and he's trying to fucking just, you know, swim over there past the, I hope I'm not butchering it, but past the, like the line that separates Morocco from Spain, and he calls the Red Cross, and once the Red Cross comes and gets you on the other side, they take you back to Spain. But they don't take you back to Spain and rescue you like, oh, you know, or you can live in Spain. They lock you up, and then eventually you could get out or whatever. But look up the story. Francis Ngannou failed 7 or 8 times. Each time he failed to get over to Spain, they would just drop him off in the desert, no food, no water, no nothing, and he'll have to try again. There's times where he tried and he fell into like a hole of bag wire and he was fucking cut up, dude. There's attempts where he almost drowned in the water. There's times where people that he's taken, because it's not a one-man job, it's like a 4 to 5 man job where guys have to paddle on the makeshift boat and whatever. Guys died, guys fucking got arrested and just sent back to the fucking desert. Once they catch you, they just send you back to the desert and you start over at square one. He's living in the fucking jungle of Morocco. He's not living in a house or nothing. His main purpose is to get to Spain, get past the borderline where you could call the Red Cross and they could come get him. And it's not like they're just coming to get him. They're coming to get him and they're sending him to jail in Spain. But he has a better chance to make it to France from Spain. But Francis Ngannou, man, I am a Stipe fan. I love Stipe. Stipe is the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time. But Francis Ngannou is a fucking beast. Francis Ngannou has the ability to even break Stipe's records just because of his athleticism and his raw power. As we saw last night, Francis Ngannou is on a different level. He's very precise now. Not precise, he's very calm now. Technical. Takedown defense is amazing. And he looked really good, man. He looked great. Couldn't be more happier for Francis just because of the story and all he went through. He never gave up on his dreams. He knew one day he could be champion, and he went out there and did it. Much respect to you, Francis Ngannou, man. Even though Stipe got knocked out, and the knockout, like, you know, it looked bad, but I was happy for Francis. Who wouldn't be happy for Francis? He's going to make a ton of money now. He's either going to fight John Jones or Stipe again. Francis has some fights set up. He has some fights set up. He could either fight John Jones for the GOAT of all GOAT status. That's a tough fight. That's not a fight that I see Francis Ngannou easily winning or just easy dominating or nothing. John Jones is a motherfucker. Let's not forget, John Jones has a 8'4" wingspan, and now that he's bigger, he got his weight up. John Jones, it's not easy to get close to John Jones. You have to get past those linky fucking legs and those linky arms. So it's not an easy task for Francis Ngannou to fight John Jones. That's a hard fight. That's a hard fight. Even though he could win it, but it's a hard fight. He has John Jones. He has Stipe again for the trilogy to actually find out who is the better of the two fighters. If you don't believe that they have to fight again to actually prove who's the best, you're a fucking idiot. It's 1-1, guy. It's 1-1. Stipe dominated one. Francis Ngannou knocked out Stipe in the second one. It's tied up. They have to fight again. And then the third fight Francis Ngannou has lined up is Derek Lewis, who he lost against because he was still fucked up mentally from the Stipe first fight that he had, and he just went in there and he froze up. He froze up against Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is a guy that you cannot sleep on. Derek Lewis has the same amount of power that Francis Ngannou has. And if you don't believe that, I don't know what you're watching. Derek Lewis has more knockouts than Francis Ngannou. Just think about that. More knockouts than Francis Ngannou. In my eyes, they have the same caliber of power. So that's a tough fight for Francis Ngannou also, because all it takes is one punch from either guys and it's lights out, to be completely honest with you. So Francis got his work cut out. Yeah, man, that's my recap on UFC 260. Like and subscribe, comment below. I want to hear your predictions and what you thought about the fights and what you thought about Francis Ngannou's spectacular performance. So, yeah, man, it's your boy Trinidad MMA. I'm out of here.